Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. We have a little bit different setup here. I'm actually with Will in real life, and that is because I put up a story on my Instagram. We're doing this Ballon d'Or with just Americans after the Ballon d'Or just finished with Messi. I got the idea, so I put up in my story, had everyone give me a top 5 list, and from there I gathered I had 56 people submit responses, and then from there I made a list with 17 different players that were submitted. If you got a first place vote, you get 5 points. If you got a fifth place vote, you get 1 point. And then anywhere in the middle, you can do the math for that. But the reason why I have Will here is because we're actually going to do a forfeit. I'm going to ask him, and he's going to have to try to guess 17 through first as we go through. If he can get 9, which is so more than half out of the 17, I will be drinking pickle juice, a whole glass of pickle juice. If he does get the 9, or if he doesn't get the 9, then he'll be drinking the pickle juice. So with that being said, Will just took about probably 30 minutes just trying to figure out who he's going to put at 17. So I'll go ahead and say the 17th person, they had 1 point, and they were only listed one time with a 5th place finish. So go ahead and let me hear your 5th or 17th.
Okay, so still I am very torn between many people, but oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm still torn sauce. I'm gonna say Chris Richards. It's probably gonna make a lot of people mad.
Okay, so he does have a paper here, just so he can see. I gave him a list of all 17.
Yeah.
Y'all won't see it, but just to make it a little bit easier on him. And coming in at 17, or at rank 17, age 21, they play for Hoffenheim. It is Chris Richards.
Okay, yeah.
And I do have a couple achievements for each players. His are going to be slightly worse as he is 17th, but he's been loaned to Hoffenheim and now he's become a regular starter. But he actually hasn't played for the USMNT in 2021, so this whole calendar year, he hasn't played a single game. He's actually going to get 2 guesses with, there's a tie in 15th, and then there's kind of a tie for 13th. They're tied on points, but there was actually a way I could do a tiebreaker because one had more higher place finishes. But for Will, I'll let him get that tiebreaker. So tied 15th, there are 2 people he can get here, but they both have the same stats. So they both have 3 points. They're both listed twice with 1 4th place finish and then 1 5th place finish. Go ahead and give me a guess for one of your 15th place people.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with, let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really stuck. I'm gonna say for one of them, it's Busio.
For Busio? Okay, yeah. So he did get that one right. Age 19, they play for Venezia. Gianluca Busio. He's played all 15 games for Venezia after he's got his visa, which I believe he only missed 1 game, and then so now he's played all 15 since he's been there, and then he was also a part of the Gold Cup winning squad. And then so we still have one other player at 15th. I'll try to keep track of how many points you have. So take another guess for the other person who's tied at 15th.
Okay, so I'm kind of torn, I guess you could say, in a sense. I'll just name out the guys I have that I'm thinking that would be at this kind of level.
Okay.
So I have Aaronson because he's in the Austrian league, even though he has kind of stood out. Acosta because he's a little older, but he does have good achievements. Musah, even though he was on the Golden Boy nominee, he hasn't really gotten too much contribution domestically. And no disrespect, but Zimmerman as well. He is a bit older, so that's why he's a bit lower, but he has done very well. But I'm gonna go opposite from Busio. I'm gonna go a little older. I'm gonna go Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Okay, so tied 15th, we have 26-year-old. They play for Colorado Rapids. It is Kellyn Acosta.
Oh gosh.
He was a crucial part for the USA in the latter stages of the Gold Cup, as well as he was a Nations League winner for the USA. And he won the Gold Cup with the USA, and he's been a regular in our World Cup qualifying. So I'll give you this tiebreaker for 13th. There is a 14th person and a 13th person, but I'll give Will a tiebreaker as they did actually tie on points, but one is 13th because they had a higher finish, if that makes sense. Their highest finish was higher than the other person's. So give me one of your players.
Okay, I'm just going to keep sticking with it until I get. I'm going to go with Zimmerman again.
Zimmerman? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and list off the person who Actually, you know what? Let me hear your other person, and then I'll talk about him, so I don't help you out too much.
Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna go with Aaronson.
With Aaronson and Zimmerman? Yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go with who is the 14th. And they are 26. They play for Man City. It is Zack, Steffen.
No shot.
So he was ranked 14th. He had 8 points. He was listed 5 times. His highest finish was a 4th place finish, and 3 people actually put him at 4th. And then so he had 2 5th place finishes. And then coming in at 13th with 8 points as well. They were only listed 4 times, but they had a 3rd place finish 1 time, 2 4th place finishes, and then another 5th place finish. It is John Brooks. John Brooks, he's been a key 90-minute player for Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga and the Champions League. He plays consistently for them, as well as being a Nations League winner, and he was also a Nations League Best 11 player. So now there are no more tiebreakers. Coming in at number 12, they had 9 points. They were listed 3 times. Their best finish was actually 2nd place. They were listed there 1 time. Will, who do you have at rank 12?
So I'm mainly judging off of that, about the points that they've gotten. I could honestly see Turner being ranked that high, but I can also see Zimmerman because they performed very well and are very loyal to the club itself. I don't see Aaronson that high or Musah. So I think they're a little higher, but I don't want to keep going, but I kind of want to say Zimmerman again.
With Zimmerman? Okay. How many points did you have before this? Was it?
I've gotten 2 right.
2 right? Okay, so this will put you at 3 right.
Oh,
it is the 28-year-old, plays for Nashville FC, Walker Zimmerman. So he placed 1 in 2nd place. He had a 3rd place vote and a 4th place vote. He was a part of the Gold Cup winning squad. He's been an important player for World Cup qualifying. He was the MLS Best 11, and he was also MLS Defender of the Year, so maybe he should have been higher. He had a pretty good season, but maybe a little underlooked at that 12th spot, although Will's been trying to place him since, 15th?
Yeah. That's not supposed to be cheap, but I kind of had him in that kind of range.
And then we have our ranked 11th player. They finished with 16 points in the voting. They were listed 7 times, and they actually had a rogue 1st place vote 1 time. So they had a 1st place vote, they had a 3rd place vote, 3 4th place votes, and then 2 5th place votes.
Okay, so judging off of that, I can't see Weah. I could see Turner because of how well he did do in the Gold Cup. Pepi, I can actually see. I can't see Musah again. Aaronson, not really. So I'm kind of torn between Weah, Turner, and Pepi. I'm going to take Turner off the list. I think he's actually really high. I think he is in the top 10. I'm going to go with... I'm going to make some people really mad, I feel like. I'm going to go with Pepi.
With Pepi. Okay, so... Ranked 11, it is the 19-year-old who plays for Valencia, Yunas Musah.
It's Musah. Oh my gosh, okay.
So Yunas Musah, he's kind of been a squad player for Valencia. He doesn't play too much, but he was a part of the Nations League squad who won, and he's also a Golden Boy nominee. So then we have, moving on to our ranked 10, with 17 points. They were listed 9 times. Their best finish was 2nd, which they received 1 time. So they had a 2nd place vote, a 3rd place vote, 3 4th place votes, and then 4 5th place votes.
For this one, I'm actually gonna step to, oh my gosh, this is actually super hard right now for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna state what I'm torn to again. Aaronson has been on my list for quite a long time, I think a little longer than he should, so I'm kind of thinking about him. Pepi, again, even though he has a lot of hype, so does Musah, and he got taken. He was someone who I had much lower than Pepi. Turner, I think he could be a 2nd place kind of person. I could see a goalkeeper getting put lower on the list, but he could still be in it. I'm just gonna go with Turner.
With Turner. Okay, so 21-year-old who plays for Lille. It is Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah, his achievements: he was a Nations League winner with the USA. He was also a French Cup winner with Lille. He also won the French League One over PSG, which was a massive achievement for them. And then he's also had 10 goal contributions in this calendar year. Keep in mind, Will only has 3 points so far, but he is able to knock off people off the list. So it should start getting slightly easier as we go on. Coming in ranked 9th, they had 21 points, were listed 13 times. Their best finish was third place, which they got 1 time. So they had 1 third place vote, 6 fourth place votes, and 6 fifth place votes.
So I think, especially, I've been wrong way more than I've been right, but judging off of what I said in the last vote, I could see a goalkeeper being a later pick, but could still be up there.
Don't get stuck on the goalkeeper.
I know. And I have so much respect for Turner, especially getting over Steffen, but I could definitely see that. But I'm going to go with Turner.
With Turner again? Okay. We have 21-year-old
oh my
gosh. For RB Salzburg. It is Brenden Aaronson. He was an Austrian Cup winner. He was also an Austrian League winner this year, as well as a Nations League winner with the USA. A little inflated as he does play in the Austrian League, but he has 27 goal contributions, so you add up his goals and assists in this calendar year. Okay, now moving on to rank 8, and I am willing to give you a hint if you want. He has 26 points. He's been listed 10 times, and I believe, no, he's not the first person to get a first place vote. That was Yunas Musah, but he has 1 first place vote, which gives him 1 first place vote, 2 second place votes, 2 third place votes, 2 fourth place votes, and 3 fifth place votes. And I will actually tell you, it is not a goalkeeper, so you don't have to get stuck on Matt Turner anymore.
So now, with that being said, I think it's pretty self-explanatory in a sense. I could see Adams falling lower on the list right there, but I could see Pepi and Miles Robinson. Pepi just has so much hype, so I feel like he's still higher. Same thing with Adams. He's such a very well-rounded player, especially higher up in the leagues. I'm just going to go with Miles Robinson.
Miles Robinson.
Is it Miles Robinson?
That puts Will at 4 points.
Let's
we have
go.
the 24-year-old, plays for Atlanta. It is Miles Robinson, puts Will at 4 points.
Okay.
He was a part of the MLS Best 11, the Gold Cup Best 11, as well as the Gold Cup winner. And he did play all 570 minutes in that Gold Cup, the only player, I believe, to do so in the whole tournament. Now moving on to rank 7, they had 32 points, were listed 13 times. Their best finish was a first place, which they received twice. So they had 2 first place finishes, 2 second place finishes, a third place finish, 3 fourth place finishes, and 5 fifth place finishes.
That would be a good time for another hint, but that's okay. And I don't think you would give me one, but I think it's pretty obvious I'm pretty much torn between Pepi and Turner still. Judging off of the achievements, I could definitely see Turner being in those first place finishes. I wish I knew the person after this, how many first place, because if they got higher, I would go with Turner. No, I would go with Pepi if they had more, but I'm just going to say that they have more, so I'm going to go with Turner for this one again.
Okay, that's going to put Will at 5 points.
Okay, finally. I'm playing so cheap, but
27-year-old, plays for New England Revolution. It is Matt Turner. And after looking at this, we definitely have more MLS fans than I do. I did not put him at my top 5. Me and Will both, we put in our own ballot for this.
Yeah.
But honestly, after looking at his stats, some people, when they vote, they also give me their reasoning. I think Matt Turner might have actually deserved to be a top 5 player. So let me read you out his stats. He was a Gold Cup winner. He was also the Supporter Shield winner, which basically means you win the league in anywhere except for the MLS, as we do a playoff system, so they take kind of the top spots. But throughout the whole season, they did finish with the most points. So if they were in any other league, that would get them, like, they're the winners of the league. And he was also a Gold Cup Best 11, which also makes him obviously the Gold Cup Goalkeeper of the Year. And then he was also the MLS Best 11, which also makes him the MLS Goalkeeper of the Year. I don't know, it just seems like he really helped his team in the MLS, get that top spot in the Supporters Shield, although they're knocked out of the MLS playoffs. And then you go back to that Gold Cup and you're like, you think about it and you're like, I remember watching that Gold Cup. Matt Turner,
he was our MVP.
He saved our butts, and probably every knockout game there was without Matt Turner, we probably don't move on. So
yeah,
going back, he's number 7, which I thought was, I see the votes coming, I'm like, that's kind of high. And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, dude, maybe he deserved to be higher.
Yeah, for sure.
But here we go, ranked 6, coming in with 34 points. They were listed 16 times in ballots. Their best finish was actually only a 3rd place finish, which they had 6 times, so they were never able to crack that 4th or 1st. But they had 6 3rd place finishes, 0 1st place finishes, 0 2nd place finishes, 6 3rd place finishes, 6 4th place finishes, and then 4 5th place finishes.
Okay, so this is where I'm kind of getting down to, I guess you could say, the top players. But again, Pepi is on there. Pepi is definitely very, very soon. Don't know if it's now, if I'm very much leaning towards him. Reina with his golden boy, I can still see him higher. Pulisic as well, and McKennie. Adams I can actually see dropping, but surprisingly, I feel like it could be Dest.
It could be Dest.
I can't see Dest being 1st place in a vote. I can't see Adams being 1st place either, but I could see Pepi. So I'm kind of torn between those two. Judging off of, again, I know, so kind of dumb that I'm, a reason why I'm on this channel, a very dumb reason. I know more about European and domestic, so that's why I'm kind of better at that rather than US, but I've actually learned a lot more about US lately, especially coming from
I think we both consider ourselves European. I really don't watch MLS. I watched some of the Austin FC games.
Oh yeah,
they kind of suck, but yeah, to be honest, I don't keep up with the MLS as much as I do in Europe. I'm way bigger over there. But let's hear who you think is number 6.
So judging off of domestically, I'm just gonna go with Dest because Barcelona have not been in this season. They're not even in Europe in the table. I think they're in 7th or 8th right now, as far as I know. And I know RB Leipzig, they're also not doing very well. I think they're probably around that range too. But oh no, now I'm okay. Never mind. Hold on. Now I'm second guessing. This is probably the worst thing I can get involved in because I'm gonna hate myself after if I get this wrong.
How many points are you at right now?
I am at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, I'm starting to get nervous. I'm gonna have to drink some pickle juice.
Again, I absolutely hate pickles. So you will probably see me throw up today if I do get it. I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate pickles. I think I'm gonna try and judge it off of how they performed also nationally. Dest has actually not been involved, I feel like, in a lot of the US men's soccer team games compared to Adams, in my opinion, from the games that I've actually watched very close. So I'm gonna go with Dest still.
All right, Dest is the final answer. It is 18-year-old from Dallas FC,
Bro,
Ricardo Pepi.
Are you kidding
No
me?
love in a 1st or 2nd ballot, but did receive 6 3rd place ballots. He's played 6 games for the USA since September, where he made his debut. In those 6 games, he has 3 goals and 3 assists. But also keep in mind, he came off the bench on a lot of those. So his contributions per 90 is actually 1.3, which is probably the best, maybe even in the whole World Cup qualifying so far. So he's done pretty good there. And then his club and national contributions this year, in the calendar year, he has 21 goal contributions. Moving on to number 5, we kind of take a leap from 34 points that Pepi had. Moving on to the 5th ranked player, they had 63 points. They were listed 26 times. Was only listed on the 1st place ballot 1 time, which gives him 1 1st place ballot, 5 2nd place ballots, 6 3rd place ballots, 6 4th place ballots, and 8 5th place ballots.
Okay, so funny enough, I don't know about you, but all 5 of these players were on my top 5. I mean, they're most talented.
We actually put the same top 5
Did we?
just in different orders.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think we switched. I want to say it was Dest and Reina. We switched.
Did you have Reina higher?
Whichever. I can't remember which one we had, but I had
forgot.
switched.
Because I think I put Dest higher than Reina just because Reina's with his injuries and his inconsistency in the U.S. men's team. I just think off of popularity, I want to say Adams. I'm going to go with Adams.
Which would put you at 6 points.
Let's go. Okay, finally.
22-year-old from RB Leipzig. It is Tyler Adams. And he has, in the 2020-2021 season, he got RB Leipzig to a final 16th place in the Champions League, and he was also a Nations League winner this past season. So he never gets the glorious like kind of individual stats. You're not going to see him be on a best 11, but he's always there putting in the hard work, doing his job, and he's probably one of the most impactful players for the USMNT. Yeah. Even if he's not one of the most talented, he definitely puts in the work, and you don't see that a lot unless you go back and watch the game and really focus on him. But he does all the hard work.
I will definitely follow up on that. If y'all watch basketball during the Warriors when they had the Big Four, I could see him as like a Draymond Green. He doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but when he's in the game, he really knows how to be a general, I guess, on the field. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you don't see him on the stat sheet at all, but when he has the ball, he knows how to really space out the midfield, especially get opening gaps for the wingers, especially with our team normally playing like a 4-3-3. We have our wingers that cut in a lot because we normally play like strikers, like very mobile strikers usually on the wings. Mm-hmm. So I could see him like spacing out and then getting it forward, or maybe like to Dest or Anthony Robinson on the wing. So I actually really love Adams. I actually, for the longest time, I ranked him over McKennie when they first were introduced to the professional leagues. So I was just super excited, but then he got his injury, kind of set him back pretty much. So he's kind of bumped into the 5, I would say.
Okay, so I believe you have 6 points.
Yeah, so if I get one wrong, then I have to get all of them right.
We have 4 players left. Will have 6 points. So he needs 3 out of the 4, which, keep in mind, it does get easier. I'm starting to get nervous. I actually do think he'll get 9, and I'll probably have to drink the pickle juice. But here we go. Moving up to rank 4, they have 78 points. We're listed on a ballot 28 times. Their best finish was first place, which they got 3 times. So they had 3 first place ballots, 5 second place ballots, 9 third place ballots, 5 fourth place ballots, and 6 fifth place ballots.
Okay, so I think with this list right now, I think Pulisic is a make or break kind of person. I don't think he's this. I think he's higher. But I could see him either being number 1 or number 3. I can see Reina and Dest being the ones. I think you know in your heart that it is one of those. Just by looking at your phone, I think it is one of those. So
trying to keep a poker face.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well if I'm being honest. I just think that Golden Boy is just really holding it up for him, so I'm gonna go with Dest.
With Dest at number 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
7 points.
Is it?
21-year-old who plays for FC Barcelona.
Yes.
Serginho Dest. So this year, or last year in the 2020-21 season, he guided his team, Barcelona, to a round of 16th finish. Yeah. He's also a Spanish Cup winner with Barcelona this calendar year, as well as being a Nations League winner. I feel like now that Will got this one, he's basically a put in to get 9. He's at 7 points right now, needs 2 out of the 3. I think he'll do it, but rank 3, we have 95 points. They were listed on 35 ballots. Keep in mind, there's only 56 people who voted, so now we're starting to get into this more than half range. Their best finish was only first still, which they got 3 times. So they had 3 first place ballots, 3 second place ballots, 16 third place ballots. So King could come in 16th or third place, 7 fourth ballots, and 6 fifth place ballots.
Okay, so again, like I said with Pulisic, he's either a make or a break, I think, in this area, but I think it kind of stands out even with the Golden Boy. I do think it is Reina.
It is Reina.
It is.
And so that puts you at 8 points.
Yep.
Will now basically automatically gets the 9 points.
Yep.
Even if he gets this one wrong for second place, he's automatically going to get first place because there is only one person left. but 19-year-old out of Borussia Dortmund. It is Giovanni Reina. Giovanni Reina has been named a Golden Boy nominee this year, which he didn't win, but he did make the shortlist. He was also Champions League quarterfinalist last year, German Cup winner, Nations League winner, and has 11 goal contributions in this calendar year. So moving on, we have our top two. I just want to show how big the gap was between third place and second place. So Reina had 95 points. He was listed 35 times. When we get into second place, this person gets exactly 200 points. They were listed 51 times, so they only missed out on 5 ballots. Their best finish was first, which they had 17 times. So they had 17 first place ballots, 44 second place ballots, 6 third place ballots, 3 fourth place ballots, and 3 fifth place ballots.
Okay, so now that kind of, because that's what I was most afraid of was the forfeit, but I'm going to go off of my opinion. Okay. So on my list, I put Pulisic at 2 and McKennie at 1 because I highly rate McKennie. McKennie is actually one of my favorite players to watch. He is all around. He could play anywhere from the midfield and the back line, maybe even cam if you really want to. So that's why I kind of have that. Pulisic, even though he's worth more, he's on a better team right now, I would want to put him at 1, but I'm going to go off of my ego and pride, and I'm going to go with Pulisic at 2.
Okay, well now I can say maybe we did have different lists than I thought because I know I put Pulisic as my number 1. But coming in at second, 23-year-old who plays for Juventus, it is Weston McKennie.
It is, okay.
Should have never given you that hint saying it's not a goalie. I think I could have won it.
Maybe.
So Weston McKennie, long list of achievements. He was a Champions League round of 16 finalist, Italian Cup winner, Italian Super Cup winner, Nations League winner, Nations League Best 11, Nations League Player of the Tournament, and he has 9 goal contributions this year, so that's kind of lower, but his individual achievements and team achievements go a long way. Something I know I put in the story, I know I put on my story when I did this whole Ballon d'Or thing, I put the 3 elements that are supposed to be done for the actual Ballon d'Or voting, and I didn't realize it at the time until I had a couple, reasonings for it. And fair play is one of the things, as well as just the players like talent in their class. And Weston McKennie, he did have that suspension with the USMNT, where he was doing dumb stuff in the hotel. So I think that knocked him down a little bit. Maybe he does get first place if he doesn't do that. But yeah, so he gets second place. Moving on to the first place person, I don't even have to make this a guess. In first place with 226 points, listed 55 times. So he was only missed out on the ballots 1 time. And I just want to say the one time he missed out, we had all pretty good lists, but the one time he missed out was actually the one time Chris Richards was in. So Chris Richards' one ballot could have been just completely gone if that person put Pulisic in. So he didn't put Pulisic in, but he did put Richards in his top 5. And that is the one ballot that Christian Pulisic missed and the one ballot that Chris Richards got to be on this list. So their best finish was first with 28 times. So more than half he finished first. He had 28 first place ballots, 15 second place ballots, 5 third place ballots, 4 fourth place ballots, 3 fifth place ballots, and then you only did make the list 1 time, and it is 23-year-old from Chelsea, Christian Pulisic. So to go with over his achievements, he was a Champions League winner, which I think if you had an actual Ballon d'Or out of these people, that would have to be, team achievements are huge. I think that would by far put him as the highest, and that was kind of my logic when I made my Ballon d'Or. I said, if anyone wins the Champions League, that's kind of like, you win the Champions League or you win the World Cup. If there's a World Cup that year, you're automatically gonna be in that vote to win it. And then he was also a Nations League winner. Obviously, he was in the Nations League Best 11. He was also a UEFA Super Cup winner, and then he's had 13 goal contributions this calendar year, even though he's missed a lot of time, which obviously injury doesn't help him out in the vote, but he still has enough of those achievements and just history to get himself in that first place vote. So that is the voting. Christian Pulisic wins the Ballon d'Or. I also kind of wanted to give the best goalie, so the Lev Yashin Award, or however you say it, was Matt Turner. Deserved that. He should have been a top 5 player after looking at the stats and considering everything. He actually surprised me. Maybe I should have put him in my top 5. And then the Gold Boy Award, so you have to be 21 or younger, goes to Reina. So we have Christian Pulisic wins the Ballon d'Or out of the USMNT this year. I'm sure we're going to do this again. This is the video I was most excited for.
I know you were.
Until
I was extremely excited for, especially hearing the forfeit.
Until I'm going to have to do the pickle juice. And then we have Matt Turner, who wins the Lev Yashin Award for Best Goalkeeper. I don't know if I said that earlier. And then Giovanni Reina, who wins the Golden Boy. I was gonna do the cinnamon challenge at first, which is what I told Will, and then after Googling it, and then my dad telling me if it doesn't kill me, he'll probably kill me, I decided to go with pickle juice. Cinnamon challenge just looked not that smart, so we're gonna go ahead and do some pickle juice, and I'm gonna go ahead and transition to that right now. So now we have the pickle juice. I'm gonna try. There are some chunks in here. I'm gonna try not to get the chunks. I'm gonna fill this cup as high as I can, and then I'm just gonna chug it. So here we go. Oh crap.
Off camera, he actually told me that he doesn't mind pickles or pickle juice.
Well, don't say that.
Don't say that.
So
oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
I like pickles, but I don't like pickle juice. This is not gonna be enjoyable. Okay, give me
you got this. You got the sink right here.
Give me a countdown.
From what?
Whatever.
All right, we'll do 10 just to build the anticipation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over the sink, over the sink. Come on, come on. Yeah, go fast. Get over with. You're almost there. Come on, Sauce. Come on. Come on, come on. You're almost there. You're almost there.
Oh my god. That smells so bad. Alright, thank you all for watching this video to the end. It was fun until it wasn't. Please, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. Tell me your top 5 if you didn't agree with our top 5. And yeah, thanks for watching.